Welcome to the Common Sense Nation. I'm your host, the Doctor of Common Sense. I want you to come in and enjoy yourself. Now, if you're real sensitive to facts and truth, this might not be the broadcast for you. You might want to join some of the broadcasters who scratch your itching ears. We're not in that over here. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to get yourself upset. But please be respectful in our comments. Our moderators will be monitoring you if you get a little too hostile. It's okay if we disagree, because everybody's not going to agree on everything. But I can tell you this, and I promise you this. We plan on exposing both sides when they lie. No, I'm not concerned if your feelings get hurt. I'm not concerned if your favorite politician, your favorite YouTuber, your favorite reporter, your favorite athlete, your favorite actor gets exposed. Our job in the Common Sense Nation is to expose and report the facts. If the facts are offensive to you, that may sound like a you problem. Enjoy the show.
Hunter Biden here. I just got a call from Andrew Callahan. He asked me to come out on the Channel 5 Carnival Tour at the end of the month. I think we start in Phoenix, and then we go to San Diego, and we end in Albuquerque. And I think he's trying to organize a cage match, me versus Eric and Don Jr. I told him I'd do it, 100% in, if he can pull it off. And if he can't, I'm still coming. And I think he's got a lot of other surprises up his sleeve, a lot of fun. And I hope I can see you guys out there. You can get tickets online right now, and I'll see you out on tour.
Raw. So anyway, I share that just because I guess, I quite enjoy spending time with people and being real and unmasking and showing them that it's safe to unmask themselves.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Did you get that? She is admitting to killing her sister, and she can relate to those young men who was at San Quentin who took their gun and went and murdered somebody. She put herself in the same boat. She was 7. It was a golf cart. And she's comparing that to these murderers who run in the streets and shoot people. She's such a, I know why Gavin Newsom is so damn silly. Because his wife is so damn silly. They are some silly, they deserve one another. I mean, that's a match made in heaven if you ask me. Him and his damn wife, she's just so quacky. So you accidentally killed your sister. Technically, your parents should be charged, because I don't know what a 6 or 7-year-old, what business is she on a golf court by herself? And I think her sister was right behind when she pulled off. So technically, your parents weren't that damn smart either. Not only are you not smart, your damn parents ain't that damn smart. Because first of all, you shouldn't leave a damn 7 or 8-year-old on a court by them damn self in the first damn place. I don't know what the hell they were doing there, but of course it is Gavin Newsom and his wife. Both of them are a little weird to me. I think they deserve one another. Gavin Newsom and his bride. I think she calls herself the first partner, because she don't want to say the first lady or something. She's so damn stupid. Y'all deserve one another. Both of y'all stupid as hell. Want to be as loving as I possibly can when I say that. Now, I saw Clever told me that y'all thought that was that's me for real talking to. I'm lecturing Donald Trump, Candace, Alex Jones, Megyn Kelly, and Tucker Carlson. That's not AI, Clever. That is real. Woo! We got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Now, some of you gonna get a little upset. I already know. I always prepare myself for y'all to get upset. because I really don't give a damn, really, as I prepare myself. Because some of them get real mad when I talk about one of their favorite little YouTubers or something. All I'm going to do is point out the contradiction that they keep doing. This is not me hating on any of them. I've agreed with some of them on some things over the years or whatever, but when you just go in so hard and you just said something different a couple of months ago. I just don't understand how you think I can forget about that. I mean, I don't watch neither one, but I see people post a clip and then I go look at something saying, well, that's not what they said like 2 months ago. That's not what they said 3 months ago. Now I really want to start out with Meg Kelly first, because I do think it's funny that she's a lawyer and she's always telling you she's the lawyer and she's always telling you how smart she is because she's a lawyer. Now, what I have a hard time believing is that I know all smart people can make stupid choices sometimes. I get that. That's not what I'm talking about, though. But I'm saying when you be so adamant and dogmatic about a certain situation that you can't even prove your damn self, or you be so adamant about something when 4 months ago or a year ago you were adamantly against this. Now, I want somebody to explain to me, at least I want these four right here, Alex Jones, Meg Kelly, Tucker Carlson, and Candace. I want you to explain your Damascus Road conversion, because everybody can change their mind, but if you had a Damascus Road experience, I like to hear about it, because usually when people make a drastic change, a tragic death, or sometimes it may be that they got an epiphany, the Lord spoke to them, they started going to church, they started reading the Bible, they became a Muslim. It's got to be something, because people just don't, if you got a core belief, you don't drastically make an about face unless there's a good reason. Now, if some of the things that they may say may not be far-fetched, but I don't see, like, you can say that you disagree with the way Turning Point USA is running things. You can say you disagree with Donald Trump going to war. You can say you disagree with the whole handling or whatever. You can even say you disagree with the post that was so offensive to you. But what you can't do is tell me that you were for Iran being attacked a year ago, a couple months ago. You was adamant about this. And now all of a sudden, Iran is not bad anymore. See, that's the contradiction that I really have a problem with. I don't have a problem. Now, if you always was against going in Iran, I probably can see it. I may disagree with you, but at least I can see it. But when you tell me you were adamant for years, no other president would do it, you just adamant about it. Then all of a sudden, you change your mind. You got an epiphany. Or either somebody's paying you. It's got to be one of those particular things now. Because I want to start with Meg Kelly. But before I start with Meg Kelly, I do want to I want to show you the post that Donald Trump. Now, I don't agree with everything President Trump says in this particular post, because he called Bridget Macron's wife, the president of France. Is it prime minister or president of France? He called her a beautiful. Well, I disagree with him on that. And I think she may have opinions. I'm not even for sure. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want you to read. I want to let you see the president's post. And then I want to play a couple of clips from Meg Kelly that she may have forgot about. Maybe Meg Kelly forgot about some of the things she said when she was at CBS, when she went on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Maybe she forgot about that, but I didn't. I didn't forget. And I want to remind Tucker Carlson and Candace and all these people that they said it was going to be World War III 8 months ago. You said it. I got the clip. Because you can't just be all hyper and sensationalizing, and then some of your fans who are fanboys or fangirls may just let you get away with it. But I want to know what changed, because I got the clip of you saying it. I didn't say it. I'm going by what you said out of your own mouth. It's not me saying it, it's you saying it. So you need to explain to me how you was adamant a year ago. Meg Kelly, but it was just a couple months. It was in 2025. She was adamant he needs to go in Iraq. It's like it's two different people or something. I don't understand how you can flip-flop so hard and then you get mad. And I want to be I want to be clear before some of you get your worked out like some of the trolls. Trolling doesn't faze me. Because I know you're online warrior, so that don't faze me. If you got some facts, you can quote your facts. But getting emotional and getting yourself all worked up about something, that don't make no difference. I don't care nothing about trolls. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I don't mind talking about your mama if you like me to talk about your mama, and you're not gonna do anything about it either. Because I've heard that for many years or something. If you come trolling and I talk about your mama and your dad, that's a you problem, not a me problem. You came over starting something. Like they used to say, knock the stick off my shoulder. You knocked the stick off my shoulder, so I thought you wanted me to talk about you or something. So sometimes I just ignore them, but sometimes I like to have fun and talk about them because I do like talking about people. That's one of my flaws. Pray for me, him. Pray for me. I want to bring up the president, his Truth Social post. Now, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I don't agree with everything, but I agree with a lot of stuff. And I just think he's funny. Because I think when somebody attacks you, I think you should just, all that nice stuff don't even work for me. I ain't going with none of that. So this is what the president posted. Let me blow it up a little bit here. He said, I know why Tucker Carlson, Meg Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it's wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror. Now, all of them said this, that there was the #1 sponsor. Alex, all of them said it. Now they're not no more. Now all of a sudden, Iran is like Christian nation to have a nuclear weapon because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it, and everyone else knows it. Two, look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They're nut jobs, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for some free, cheap publicity. Now, that's true. I noticed that they will say anything. And then 1 month later, they'll say something completely different. Like, their subscribers and whatever will just ignore that. And then it says, now they think they get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts. Wait a minute. Because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's talking about them, and their views are the opposite of MAGA. Or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. MAGA agrees with me and just gave CNN a 1% approval rating of Trump, not hand-flailing fools like Tucker Carlson, who couldn't even finish college. Through it, he couldn't finish college. Now, you should have put in that he tried to get Hunter Biden. Did you see Hunter Biden want to fight? I forgot to even mention that before I finished the post. Hunter Biden said he wants to fight either Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. in a cage. Now, I don't know if they got the memo or something, but I'm going to watch that if they do. And he says, failing fools. He couldn't finish college. He was a broken man when he got fired from Fox. I think that is true. Because before he got fired, he was already trash you anyway. I showed y'all the text messages from Tucker Carlson, how much he hated him. Then he went to Mar-a-Lago and kissed his ass. He's never been the same. Perhaps he should see a good psychiatrist. Or Megyn Kelly, who nastily asked me the now famous only Rosie O'Donnell question, or crazy Candace Owens, who accuses the highly respected First Lady of France of being a man. First of all, that's a lie, Mr. President. She's not highly respected, and she might be a man. I'm just saying, when she is not, and will hopefully win lots of money in the ongoing lawsuit. Is that lawsuit still going on? I didn't think it was still going on. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is far more beautiful woman than Candace. Now, that's a lie. I'm not a Candace Owens fan, but she looked better than Bridget, and it ain't even close. In fact, it's not even close, he says. Or even bankrupt Alex Jones, who said some of the dumbest things and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of Sandy Hook, shooting victims, ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. These so-called pundits are losers, and they always will be. Now, fake news CNN, the failing New York Times, and all the other radical left news organizations are hailing them. That's a fact. When New York Times and CNN and these left-wing organizations start praising Candace and the rest of these people, I'm sorry, but you got a problem. You do. They're not MAGA. They're losers just trying to latch on to MAGA as president. Oh, dang it. What did you do? I could get them on my side anytime I want to. But when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs. And after a few times, they go nasty. Oh, he said they want to answer their phone. Don't forget Margie. Oh, here go Margie Taylor. He called her Margie Trader Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing right for our country. MAGA is about winning and strength and not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again. And these people have no idea how to do that. But I do because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world, President Donald J. Trump. Now, the only thing I wish that you do a little bit better and a whole lot better, we need to get a new attorney general in there because we need to get some people locked up from the deep state. That's my number one thing you need to do. That's just all it is too. These people need to go to jail for all the stuff they did. But I wanted to get started on that first. But before I do that, before I play, what's her name? Before I get to Meg Kelly first, did you see, what's his name? George Conway used to be married to Kellyanne Conway. Did you hear him say he spent all his children's money trying to defeat Donald Trump? Donald Trump is making these people lose their damn mind. I'm not lying. Nobody's going to make me go that damn crazy. But here's, let me pull up Georgie Porgy Pudding and Pie. Kissed the girls and made them cry. Let's see if I think I got Georgie Porgy. This fool admitted to spending all of his money trying to defeat Donald Trump. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Let's see, do I still, I know I downloaded it. Hold on a minute. If I did, I can go over and grab it right quick. I said this fool did not spend, and he admitted to it, and then he almost started crying. That's the funny part to me. He admitted to spending all his money, and then he started crying. Damn it, did I not put that? Damn it. Hold on a minute. Let me go over here. Because I saw that story on, I think I saw it on Gateway Pundit. And I thought I downloaded the dang video, but I guess I didn't. I can get it. Oh, I want to show you. I got a little new Hemp, brother Hemp running for District 2. He sent me a photo. Let me bring that up while I'm going over here and get that. Let's see here. Brother Hemp had sent me a photo for against Joe Wilson. Now let me see if I got that photo here. Brother Hemp. What the hell did I just do? I just had that picture of him. Let me see. Okay. Now here's the picture Brother Hemp sent me. Right there. But I kind of upgraded it for you, Brother Hemp. You sent me that one, but I gave you a little slight upgrade right here. Let me see if I got that upgrade for you, brother. Yeah, here's one with your Hemp. I got you already in the Senate, brother. I placed you in South Carolina Senate. Is Hemp in there? I didn't see if Hemp was in there or not. I'll email you these pictures. You can use these. This is you inside the Congress, South Carolina Congress. I place you in there. And here's Hemp giving Joe Wilson the middle finger, I believe. I don't know why Hemp would do something like that. I said, my God, Hemp, boy, you going wrong. I think this is Hemp telling him he's fired. Look at Hemp. He's telling Hemp telling Joe, you're fired. Hemp said he already in there. He's getting the middle finger to Joe. Let me get over here and get that. Let me get that story from. Let me see. Where did I get that story? I'll be dang. Let me see here. Let me pull it up again. I had it and then I thought I downloaded it, but evidently I didn't. Here's George saying that. I mean, this fool is. Which thing did I just delete? Did I delete the wrong one? Oh dang it! I'm going to go back and get it. But here's I want to pull up old Georgie Porgy saying he spent his kids' money. He says that he's fighting for democracy. So no, you can't even make it. These people. I just wouldn't let a man make me lose my mind like this. And any kind of integrity that I had, I wouldn't let him make him do it. When I disagree with the president, I say I disagree with him. I even make fun of him too. But I'm not going to just lose my mind. These people just be losing their damn mind, man. Okay, here's George. Little Georgie. His wife ended up leaving him because Donald Trump drove him crazy. Listen what he's finna say.
I was asked by a friend of mine who raises money for Democrats to speak at a big Democratic fundraiser for what was then the Biden Victory Fund. And I remember I was actually...
He spent all his money on the Biden Victory Fund. You stupid, then you look. I mean, first of all, you look like some little troll or something. Kelly, I don't know what she ever saw you because she was too tall for you anyway. I mean, you look like some cartoon character or something. Donald Trump has driven this man crazy. He broke up his marriage and everything because of Donald Trump.
Actually driving out to my friend John Gardner's house out in Maryland. And I was thinking about, well, how much money should I give to the Biden campaign for this?
Give it all.
Thing where I'm going to be the headline spokesperson and asking other people to give, and I thought I'd give, a lot of money, but a reasonable amount of money. And then I started thinking about it and it's like, I mean, this is it's money that my kids would otherwise inherit. And I started thinking about that. So what am I going to give? And then I just thought about it. Well, what do I want my kids to inherit? And I literally was in tears. I pulled over to this side of the road and I was in tears thinking about this. And it's like, I want my kids. It makes me misty-eyed even today.
See, this is most of what's wrong with these little heterosexual men like this. I bet he sat down in TT. He probably got a boyfriend or something. He looks like he's suspect anyway. You suspicious. But a grown man gets on here, gives away the money that he said he was saving for his kids for when he died. He was going to give it to him. He spent all that money to defeat Donald Trump because he wanted to fight for democracy. Joe Biden drops out the race, and now he's crying about it. This is the problem with the country right here. These little bitty weasels like this. I think he's mad because you know what? Donald Trump probably was popular in high school, and he probably had girlfriends in high school. Maybe he paid Kellyanne because I don't even know why she ever saw anything in this freaking, I don't want to use the M word because some of the small people get upset, but he's a damn midget. And he's a small-minded man. He's a very upset man. He looks like a troll to me. Donald Trump made this fool give away all his kids' money. He made him give away all his kids' money. And now he's crying about it.
I want my kids to inherit a democracy. It's more important than money. And that decided, well, fuck that. I'm gonna give them legal maximum, which was like $929,600. And
this fool said he gave $929,000 to Joe Biden's Victory Fund. Well, how's that investment working out for you? How's that democracy working out for you, damn fool, you? I mean, you talking about being a damn fool.
It's just more important. It's just more important.
Well, see, the people, they need to know how to follow up. Well, how did that work out for you, George? Did you get your democracy that you was looking for? Now, when Joe Biden was allowing about 20 million illegals to come over, is that your ideal of democracy? You freaking moron, you.
And that's why I did that. And that's why, I'm 62 years old. I should.
You look a lot older than 62. So he's just 2 years older than me.
Be out in Park City skiing or something like that. And I should be really, really retired. But
you are retired. You're just too stupid to know it. Somebody paying your dumb ass.
I could never live myself if I didn't do everything I could to help get rid of this.
These people think there's like some kind of justice warrior. They're out here fighting.
You know what?
Yeah.
So,
and I'm sure that's one reason you decided to run for Congress.
He's running for Congress?
The reason, actually. The reason.
No, it's probably because you're broke now. You spent all your kids' money.
Thanks for making me cry too, George.
Look at, see, that's what they get. He made me cry. He's such a brave guy. Oh my God, George cried on TV. Freaking moron, you. I mean, who would give all their money for a Joe Biden victory thing? You got to be really a special kind of stupid. God almighty. You thought Joe Biden was competent? That's your ideal of democracy? You're dumber than you look. I mean, what a moron. That's his ideal of democracy. He gave all the money that he was saving for his kids for when he died. He gave it to Joe Biden's campaign. I'm sure some queer or some Black Lives Matter or some white supremacists probably got your money. Now you freaking moron, you. Then you crying about it. You should be crying for being stupid. You're crying. Oh my God, these people are stupid. So listen to this. CNN, ABC, a bunch of these people have destroyed their career trying to destroy Donald Trump. I just don't understand it. When you do something wrong, just call him on that. But you don't have to make yourself uncredible. You're not even credible no more because I'm not going to forget it. Everybody else is going to forget what you said, but I'm not. Now, I want to bring in something that Megyn Kelly. Do you remember when Megyn Kelly was on Ellen DeGeneres' show? Is she still over there in UK? In the UK? Is she still over there in the UK with her girlfriend, her wife? Is she still over there? I do declare. She don't look very well the last time I saw Helen DeGenerate. She's a degenerate anyway. And remember what's the woman? I keep forgetting the name. Hold on a minute. Let me call my baby Clem. I gotta ask her something right quick. What's that woman name? We just talked about it. I don't want to say the name wrong because I sit here and try to think about it too long. Because if I just call Club, I can get it faster. I call Club. Baby, what's that lady name? The one we were just talking about the day that Helen DeGeneres used to date. That they killed her. They talking about she had a car crash. Anne Heche. Okay, thanks, bro. Anne Heche. That's her name. Because you remember when I think Helen DeGeneres used to date her, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what's funny about this is that people like Anne Heche, they're trying to revisit that. The woman was alive when y'all tried to put her into the damn hearse. And why Helen DeGeneres didn't talk about that? And you over there and stuff. You people, y'all are scumbag. See, whenever somebody on the left disagrees with them, that's when they start getting real nasty. They'll get real nasty with you. And CNN and MSNBC, not MSNBC, what is they call now? Now, MS Now or some stupid name or whatever. It's trash still. ABC, CBS. All you people that got sued with Donald Trump and lost your lawsuit. Like little George Stephanopoulos. Who's the tallest out of George Stephanopoulos and little George Conway here? Who's the tallest? Because both of them, I almost said something, but I'm trying to keep it a family show. I'm not going to say it. Lord, rebuke my tongue. I want to play Helen DeGenerate and Megyn Kelly on here. Now, on her show, Megyn Kelly says that she tells Helen DeGenerate that she's not really political. She don't really like politics, and she says that on this show, she going to say that reason she got away from Fox is because Donald Trump, he'll make anybody, she going to trash him. And then I'm gonna backtrack on some of the stuff she said because it become laughable.
You were on Fox for 12 years, right? Yeah. And then you decided.
She was on Fox for 12 years. Now she went over to CBS.
No more of that. Was there a particular, were you kind of, for the few years leading up to that, going, I'm going to quit soon? Or was there something that made you want to stop?
Well, I had practiced law for 9.5 years.
She always says that. Now, I want you to make a mental note on that. She practiced law for 9 years. Now, if you practice law for 9 years, you ought to be able to decipher the difference between male and female. Am I correct about that? You should be able to tell, if you practice law for 9 years, you should know the difference between a boy and a girl. And you ought to know that a boy can never become a girl and a girl can never become a boy. It is an impossibility. There's a better chance of me moonwalking to the sun. I'm talking about the sun in the sky. It's a better chance of me moonwalking to the sun than a little boy becoming a girl or a little girl becoming a boy. It is an impossibility. It's impossible. Can I moonwalk to the sun? I didn't think so. Well, a little boy can't become a little girl, but Meg Kelly thought it could. But she's been a lawyer for 9 years because she's real smart. Because I hear some people, like, they'll get mad at me and says, well, Tucker's smarter than you, Candace smarter than you, Meg is smarter than you, Alex is smarter than you. I can't tell. I mean, I can't tell. Because they be saying some of the dumbest things that a 4-year-old would know. I'm just saying. I mean, if you're so smart, I just don't get it. But listen to her answer here, though.
Decided that stunk, and then got into journalism because I wanted to report the news. And I did that for many years at Fox. I covered the Supreme Court for them, and I did legal comments.
She's telling you all her credentials. Oh, you're so smart, man. I'm so impressed with you. Oh my God, she's smart. You're brilliant, girl. Oh my God, she's so smart. Not like people say, you're so smart. Oh, you're so smart.
Terry, and honestly, it wasn't until I got my job in primetime that the coverage became all political.
Oh my God, they force you into being political.
And I was never a political person. I wasn't raised in a political house.
She wasn't raised in a political house. I can tell because you flip-flop so damn much. All liberals like to flip-flop like that. A lot. And your liberalism is showing now. You know her husband is technically a liberal too, right? Because you think I forgot about it, Megyn Kelly, but I remember Barack Obama, you and your husband was happy to go to some kind of ball with Barack Obama. Do you remember that? I can't remember all the details, but I do remember reporting that back in the day. She said she wasn't raised in a political family. You was a liberal then.
And it was just, it became clear to me that it wasn't what I wanted to do. That's not who I am.
You hear this? The reason she left Fox is it's really not what she wanted to do because she's really not political. Until she got fired from CBS, and then she became political again. The woman is a walking hypocrite. She's a walking contradiction.
I am. And then Donald Trump has a way of clarifying one's life choices. And
see, it makes you popular when you go on a liberal show and you bash Donald Trump. Kind of like that Shetland pony by the name of Marjorie Taylor Greene, who likes to screw anything that has any kind of position. If Donald Trump would have told Marjorie Taylor Greene to Monica Lewinsky him, she'd have done it easily. That's easy work. Just saying.
That was true in my case too. And really, just as I was sort of wondering whether this was where I wanted to be and how I wanted.
No, you got embarrassed when you asked him about. You thought he was going to do like other politicians. He says only Rosie O'Donnell. See, that's what I would do. Never apologize. Never back up off these people because they consider it as a weakness.
To live. You know, the universe came and sort of shone a light, and it was clear to me what I wanted to do.
It was clear what she wanted to do. And what would that be, Meg?
So you mean when he was tweeting all that about you, is that what guided?
See, Helen is calling on it. I like to call her Helen, even though her name is Ellen. You know why I call her Helen? I know her name is Ellen, but I like to call her Helen. You know why? Because you remember Candyman? He said, Helen. Helen.
You to get away from that? The tweets?
It wasn't just the tweets. But, you know, the country's so divided right
now. The country's so divided. All of these left-wing liberals, when they switch back over to being a lefty, they always say, it's so divided. Marjorie Taylor Greene said the same thing. We're so toxic. They're trying to kill us, fool. Hell is you talking about? This is funny. You go to war with somebody, and they say the other side is toxic. And let's stop being toxic, but they're not going to stop being toxic.
Now. And it's so political. It's like politics has become like race. You can't discuss it at all. And that's true on cable news. Cable news.
You hear that? She's a liberal now. Oh, I didn't know you were a liberal, Meg. See, this is before she got fired off CBS. And when she went, now all she talking about is politics most of the time. But she's not a political person now. She don't have to talk about politics now. She can talk about anything. Why is she talking about politics now? Since she said she don't really like politics. She didn't grow up in a political home. She was forced to do this because Fox forced her.
You know, Bill O'Reilly, of all people, told me when I got to cable news primetime that cable news primetime is a snake pit. And that's how it felt. You know,
It's a snake pit, but she went back to the snake pit now after she got fired off CBS.
I didn't want to be in the snake pit. I just wanted to cover the news. But
Even Ellen DeGenerate does not believe it.
it has a way of pulling you in over and over and over, and then that becomes your life.
Show the tweets. Let me see what these tweets says. I can't hardly see them. What the hell is that says?
And this wasn't the life I wanted. And then the boycott, I mean, that's, I'm reading because everybody should boycott me, which they did not, by the way. My ratings only went up during.
Okay, now that's her on the Helen show. Now, you remember when she was on CBS? Now, you remember she said she's a lawyer. That means she's really, really smart. She's smarter than all of us. Meg Kelly is brilliant. Nobody can match her wit because she practiced law for 9 years. That means she's smarter than you. Doesn't Hunter Biden have a law degree too? Sheila Jackson-Lee graduated from Yale. She had a law degree too, I heard. Even George Bush graduated from Yale. Proving you ain't got to be smart to go to Yale right there. Because both of them are some morons. I'm going to be honest with you. George Bush is a moron. And if it weren't for his daddy, he probably would be in prison or something because he used to be a drunk until he was like 35. But I want to get Meg Kelly when she went on CBS because she thought I forgot about it, man. I'm going to keep reminding.
Age right now are all transgender.
I like to remind people when they be telling me that I'm putting words in their mouth. I like to just remind them. Let me see if I can. Why is my screen going dark? Let me. So I want to make sure I got you right here. She brought a bunch of kids on here and said they were trans. Now, I want somebody to explain to me how do you think it's possible that if you give hormone blockers to a little boy or a little girl, you think you can actually do a Frankenstein and convert them over to the opposite gender? But here's Meg promoting that.
Your kids who want others to know it is possible to transition socially with love and support and acceptance within a family and a community. Please welcome 16-year-old Nicole, 12-year-old Daniel, 14-year-old Gia, 15-year-old Landon.
Don't ever forget this. Whenever somebody tell me how smart Meg Kelly is, here's a woman, because she was on CBS, she promoted kids getting hormone blockers. This is the great Meg Kelly talking about integrity and who's coaching who. I just like to repeat what y'all say. Y'all say she's smart. I'm just saying. See, I'm not even upset with her. I'm just saying she's a walking contradiction. Now she says she's against the boys and the men competing against the girls and the women. When did you figure it out? So after you graduated from law school and when you was on CBS, you didn't know that a little boy couldn't become a little girl and a little girl can become a little boy. I don't need to study nothing. Because now most of them will say, well, I had to look into it further. I don't have to look into a damn thing that a little boy can never be a little girl and a little girl can never be a little boy. Meg Kelly should know that. Well, I had to do my research. No, you don't. You don't have to do your research. I can go ask any 4-year-old, can mommy become daddy? Can daddy become mommy? A 4-year-old said, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But Meg Kelly said she had to do some more research because she was tricked that a little boy can become a little girl. But now she's smart on the war. Now she knows about what's going on in the war. You a fraud. A complete fraud she is. And just think about it. If you go from the time Meg Kelly came to Fox News, all the stuff she said, now I have a clip of it too, saying how you have to say certain thing at Fox. Now, I do believe that because here's Meg Kelly saying this.
Insufferable right now, insufferable. I was there for 14 years. I've already told my audience.
She said Fox, let me rewind it. Fox News is insufferable.
Fox News is insufferable right now, insufferable. I was there for 14 years. I've already told my audience. If I were a Fox News anchor right now, I'd know exactly what to do. Cheerlead. That's it. It's all about.
So she's admitting, see, most of them are too dumb to understand what she's admitting. She's admitting when she was at Fox, she was a control puppet. So you're admitting to it. And when you got to CBS, you was a control puppet. So if you were a control puppet at Fox News because you said so, and you was a control puppet at CBS because you pretended like you believe in transgenders, and I know you didn't, who's controlling you now? Because just in 2025, You said that Donald Trump did what George Bush and Joe Biden and Barack Obama would not do. You bragged on it. Now, in 2026, you say he's evil. We need to stop it. Which one is it, man? I'm curious.
Rah, rah, rah. Go military. That's what's patriotic. Praise the president. Support the troops. Support the war. Day in, day out. I mean, this morning, who do they put on? Mike Pompeo to kick off the day's coverage. Lindsey.
I hate Mike Pompeo and I hate Lindsey Graham. Both of them. Both of them are trash. And now all they do is promote war all the time. Mike Pompeo technically tried to stab Donald Trump in his back when he was in his administration the first term. And don't forget that Mike Pompeo, I believe when he was at the CIA, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was after he was at the CIA, I forgot his other position. He was the one who was trying to assassinate Julian Assange. Mike Pompeo, you can look it up for yourself. Lindsey Graham, do I have to say anything about Lindsey Graham? Lindsey Graham was at Disney World with a little wand in his hand, like a little Disney princess wand by himself. A grown freaking man at Disney World with a little child's wand, a little girl wand in his hand, walking around. He needs to be arrested. To me, that should be a federal crime.
Graham all over Fox News over the weekend. That it's utterly unhelpful to go like today. Obviously, I've come out and said how I honestly feel because
You ain't never say how you honestly feel. I think got why I can't stand. I've never been a Megyn Kelly fan, but I think got why I got disdain for, because I hate people who just say anything for clicks or say anything. Now, you remember what Candace and Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones all was upset because Donald Trump says he was going to annihilate Iran. But it never happened. But they said for him saying it. Now, you remember what Candace Owens tweeted out a while back? Let me get that tweet. Because she says she's against trying to annihilate a whole race of people, right? At least that's what she said. But I want to bring up Candace Owens' tweet right here. Here's Candace Owens' tweet. There will never be peace in the world while Israel exists. So technically, she's saying we need to kill all of the Jews. That's technically what she's saying. Because if you said there will never be peace until the Israel doesn't exist, are you talking about the state of Israel? Or are you talking about all the Israel people? Because that's, to me, you're saying that all the Palestinians are good. Now, Israel not good on everything. Matter of fact, Benjamin Netanyahu actually encouraged us to go in. He encouraged George Bush and that crew to go in for the weapons of mass destruction. Benjamin Netanyahu lied about that. That's a fact. It's not me saying, that's a fact. You can look it up for yourself. I played the clip one time of him saying it was weapons of mass destruction, that it was verified. That too was a lie. But having said that, you're saying that Israel needs to be wiped out, but the Hamas and the Palestinians, these are wonderful people. That's what Tucker Carlson said. Tucker Carlson said the Muslims are wonderful and they don't mean us no harm. They come in peace. Name me a country in the West that took a bunch of Muslim refugees and they became a better country. Not one of them have ever did this. But Candace and that crew, seem like they love the Muslims now. All of a sudden, all Muslims are peaceful. Now, Jews, that's a bunch of bad Jews. There's a bunch of bad whites. There's a bunch of bad blacks, Asians, Muslims. There's a bunch of bad people on all aspects. But don't pretend like all these people. Now, here's another tweet by Candace. I want to bring this tweet up. Let's see if I got it here. Is that the one? I think this is the one. No, this is not the one. That's the one with Donald Trump on Easter. Let me get the other one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think she called Trump the Antichrist or something else. She called him something. And you know, that's her prerogative. She has every right to do that if she wants to. Here she is. This is a satanic administration. We all realize that the satanic Zionists occupy the White House, and Congress needs to move to have the mad King Trump removed. All of our lives may depend upon other countries realizing that Trump is deeply unwell and surrounded by religious fanatics who have convinced him that he is a Messiah. We are in the uncharted territory. Leaders worldwide need to act accordingly. I just don't remember Candace and Alex Jones and all the rest of them so adamantly saying remove Joe Biden or Barack Obama. I just don't remember them saying remove him out of office. And nobody's done more to damage the country than Barack Obama and Joe Biden these last at least 20 years, you know. But she was adamant about that. It's a satanic cult. This almost sounds like Miss NBC or something. But I want to bring up one more of where's my other one here? I think I got one more of Megyn Kelly. Do I got one more? Let me check and see here. I think this is the one for no, I played that one already. Oh, here's Megyn Kelly saying everybody. This is before she turned on Donald Trump. Anybody who disagreed with Donald Trump and was hostile, she said they had TDS. Now she has TDS.
Media turned to all the lies. When did that happen?
2015.
2015? What happened?
Trump. There is such a thing as Trump derangement syndrome. He literally drove them crazy.
America is crying tonight.
She says that Trump drove them crazy. Well, it seems like he's driven you and Tucker and Ken. He done drove all y'all crazy. So you can't have it both ways. You can criticize somebody without going so to the extreme. It's Satan. I didn't even hear you. Did she ever call Barack Obama Satan or Joe Biden Satan? Now, don't forget the reason Candace Owens became famous is because of the Jews. Dennis Prager, Ben Shapiro, both Jews. I forgot the other one she did. Oh, I forgot. I got to play a clip. This is when Charlie Kirk was on with Megyn Kelly before he was assassinated. Let me see here. This is her and Charlie. Yeah, here it is.
End of story. We are citizens of this nation, okay?
That's
and
right.
Israel, we have funded, we have supported, and they're up against a sea of Islamic totalitarianism, and we should be cheering for them, right? Because they're up against barbarians and monsters.
Now, as Megyn Kelly says, she needs Israel to win.
And we want them to win. However, here is Megyn Kelly and Charlie Kirk combined probably 30 million social media followers, like pretty, right? And you and I have been holding this down, and you probably get the negative, oh, you're just shilling for Israel, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do what's right regardless of the feedback, right? But then all of a sudden, like, I host a person that I moderate the debate of, mind you, right? And I give equal time to Josh Hammer, equal time to a pro-Israel advocate, and my moral character is being put into question. And so I think it's a hyper paranoid, like we're just going to try to, we're going to just stamp out everything type.
Now, I got a question for it because it almost seems, now, I personally believe that because some people don't think you can criticize Erica Kirk. I 100% disagree. She does politics so she can be criticized. That's all it is too. If you don't want to get criticized, you don't need to be in politics. But here's the problem. I'm starting to think that Candace Owens wanted either her husband to be head of Turning Point or she wanted to have a position at Turning Point because now it's become hostility. I don't think it's just about Charlie Kirk because it's been a lot of contradictory stories that the FBI has told about Charlie Kirk's assassination. I'll be the first to say it. Matter of fact, they'd have flat out lied about some of the stuff. They have. I haven't seen the clip of the fella who you said shot him. I want to see him in position to take the shot because you ain't let us see that yet. Furthermore, there's a clip a while back. It was a police, it was on the police radio. It was picked up on the police radio. And it said that the police radio said that somebody And the vehicle that was taking Charlie Kirk to the hospital was trying to climb out the vehicle. Now, I don't know if it was Charlie Kirk or not, but it did sound a little suspicious, and nothing ever was ever said about it again. And I do find it highly suspicious that after Charlie Kirk was shot, everybody was messing with the crime scene, taking down cameras and every damn thing else. That's not natural. It's not natural for you to make a phone call right after your leader been shot. You start attending to your leader. Nobody's gonna convince me. What's that little guy named Mikey or whatever his name? Soon as Charlie Kirk was shot, he jumped on his phone, took off walking. That's not normal. If my friend gets shot, I'm rushing to my friend to see if he okay. I'm not jumping on the phone calling his wife or no damn body else. That don't make no damn sense to me. It just doesn't. And you should be able to question that. Anytime you can't question something, you become a slave to something. You should be able to question anybody. Anybody who deal with politics, anybody in politics. That means Donald Trump can get questioned. You damn right he can. But questioning somebody and pretending like he's Lucifer now, or just because when you were for the war, you were for taking out Iran, now you're not for taking out Iran. And I'm supposed to just listen to you, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I got a couple of more clips I want to play for you. Let me see here. I want to play. This is one when they were saying it was going to be World War III. Tucker, Candace, I think it's Candace and Meg, all saying it was going to be World War III. If he goes over and bomb Iran, because he said Russia and China was going to jump in. Last time I checked, Russia and China ain't budged. If they're doing something, they're hiding it while they're doing it. Let me see if I got that one. The conspiracy. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Iran is a world war. This is not.
A war with Iran is a world war, according to Tucker. I forgot when he said this, but I think it was this year, if I'm not mistaken, that Tucker says a war with Iran is a war with the world. Well, we bombed them the first time. We supposed to took out the nuclear sites, but they was hiding some more, I guess. I never got a straight answer on that from the White House on that one, but it's possible they was hiding some of it in a different location. But World War III didn't happen then. And then we've been, what's it been, 40-something days? We've been war in Russia and China hadn't jumped in yet. So you were wrong about that. You might as well go ahead and admit you were wrong about that instead of just trying to hamper down or something. It's okay to be wrong. I thought Kaz Patel was going to do his damn job. I was wrong about it. Kaz Patel, hell, for all I know, Kaz Patel may be deep state. Miss Kimberly hit us up. She says, and Miss Kimberly says, clever is the most beautiful. Yes, she is. I agree with you 100%, Kimberly. I really do. I definitely agree with you. Also, I got one more person before I play this clip here because I want to deal with Tucker again here. What did I do with the other one? Okay, hold on a minute. My man, Stephen Lee just hit us up. Did he leave us a memo? Make sure Stephen didn't say anything before I get out of here. Said, what's up, Doc? Can I see the Brother Hemp Crip Walk dance? Vote for Hemp Redmond, South Carolina District 2. Yo, I can play that Crip Walk for you, Brother Stephen. See, he want to see that Hemp Crip Walk. We're gonna come back to Tucker. For my man Stephen, he said he wants to see Hemp Crip Walk. We're gonna make, if Hemp win, we're gonna make Hemp win. We're gonna make him do a Crip Walk live. See if I can get my man Hemp to do it. Where's that? Oh, here you go, Hemp. Let me start from the beginning. I didn't know Hemp can bust that Crip Walk, huh? Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta, keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta, dog. You saw Hemp raise that leg up? He raised that leg up. Keep it
gangster, y'all. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster, y'all.
Then he looks at you like, what's up? That's Hemp. Hemp for Congress, District 2, South Carolina. Okay, let's get back to Tucker here.
2002. Iran is now part of a coalition that includes the biggest economies in the world and the largest militaries in the world. So,
why didn't Tucker apologize for this? I think, if I'm not mistaken, this could have been, it may have been last year. I don't know when he said it, but this is Tucker saying it's going to be World War III because the big bad China and Russia was going to do something. Well, evidently, Donald Trump didn't pull their card or something.
War with Iran means a war in effect, or, you know, by proxy, but still a war with Russia, China, Turkey, and a lot of the rest of the world.
Well, did any of them jump in there? See, they were telling Iran, that's why Iran was feeling so bold. It's like the guy say, I got your back, I got your back. And as soon as his hands started flying, he took off running.
So that's a world war. It's not just as simple as we're going to take out their nuclear facilities. Okay.
You see, Tucker always saying little stuff like that, thinking he's being funny. But then he's wrong. He never come back and recant it. He just started talking about he has sources inside the White House. You mean your son inside the White House?
How are you going to do that?
In the next 200 days, the next 200 days are some of the most perilous.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't trust Steve Bannon as far as I can throw the Empire State Building. This dude was literally setting up some kind of sabotage with Jeffrey Epstein to go against Donald Trump. When he got fired out the White House, he was talking to liberal reporters trying to talk about the 25th Amendment. Now Steve Bannon is still talking about a war room. You the problem, clown. I used to have a video of Steve Bannon, this little Asian guy was kissing him on the jaw. I don't know what it is about you dudes with this kind of kinky stuff y'all be doing. I just don't even get it.
Times for the American Republic in its history. Because if we don't get this sorted, we're going to be drawn in totally into a conflict as a combatant.
And if
you was right about it too, wasn't you? Oh, okay, you got it wrong too.
It's not you.
And everybody keeps saying this professor right here is right. He said the same thing too. I can't remember his name. And he was right about some things from the past, but he's gotten this completely wrong, but he's still acting like he's an expert now.
Great, it's Israel or it's someone else. There's so many. Our foreign policy is so suborned.
Listen, I want to be clear. I don't agree with all the times we went to war in the first damn place. I don't agree with these long, drawn-out wars either. But this has only been going on for about, what, 44, 45 days or so?
So much not in America's interest, so much used by the military industrial state or particular lobbies in favor of particular
You want to give me some specifics on that, brother?
Places. We could be yanked into war for absolutely no consequential reasons whatsoever.
Well, see, but here's the point. When you guys get it this wrong, why don't y'all come back and address it?
This war, which we do not need to fight, which is not in our interest, has the
okay, you're right again, right?
Potential to be devastating to our country, let alone the region.
Has it been devastating to us? Gas prices, we need to hurry finish this up. Personally, I just think we may have to go over there and just annihilate them.
What is the moral relativism in any of that?
Do you think that we are moving toward war with Iran?
Yes, I do.
All these damn experts. This almost reminds me of when that war first broke out with Russia and Ukraine. I said there's no way Ukraine gonna beat them. Now, if Russia really wanted to just annihilate them and just kill everybody, they could do it. Oh, they've killed some citizens, but if they wanted to really annihilate Ukraine, they could do it. So that proves they must not be as all the way evil as you say, because they want to just annihilate them. And if Donald Trump and Israel was so evil, why don't they just go over there and annihilate Iran then? But they haven't done that, even though you guys said they was. You said he made a post, said he was going to annihilate them.
And it looks like the chosen destination is indeed Armageddon. There doesn't seem...
See, everybody's always talking about Armageddon. I get so sick when people start like quoting like the Bible, Armageddon, Antichrist, Armageddon, Antichrist. The red heifer gonna start being sacrificed. They're raising the red heifer now. That little fat dude from San Antonio, John Hagee, he been saying this for at least 25 years. At least. I mean, these people just will just distort and get it wrong. They're like the false prophets who prophesize, and once they get the prophecy wrong, they'll come back and revisit it. Now, one thing I would tell the president of the United States, you need to get that damn Paula White and the rest of some of those buffoons in there who call themselves preacher. Paula White is such a false teacher, it's not even funny. Don't give a damn if Trump got in there. She's fake as hell. And is Paula White still giving up the punani to Benny Hinn because we caught him coming out the motel? We think we didn't forget about that 2010. Y'all was coming out the motel. I saw y'all. You had your little mini skirt on, Paula White. If I'm not mistaken, what Benny Hinn still married then, if I'm not mistaken? Now, you remember Benny Hinn, he's famous for saying that the Lord was going to kill all homosexuals. I think he made this prophecy way back. I think he said by 1977, all homosexuals will be killed. Homosexuality has an increase. So Benny Hinn was wrong about the Lord told him something. See, if you said the Lord told you something, Benny Hinn, at least you ought to kind of get it right. You missed it by a long way.
To be any real appreciation for the implications for us and frankly for Europe and the world as well as the Middle East.
Whatever you put the risk at here, which if this thing keeps...
Do you remember the story about Chicken Little? The sky is falling. When you keep screaming the sky is falling and the sky never falls, I don't know how you can be credible. Quit being so sensational. You can say you disagree with the way he's doing the war. You can say he was wrong for starting it, even though you said something different a couple months ago. But I'll give you some grace. Even if you're going to say, you can't come here and all of a sudden now act as if this is the worst thing ever. He took out the Ayatollah. Ayatollah was a fine Christian man. Next they be saying Ayatollah was a saint. He killed the innocent man.
Keeps escalating. The risk of this going to a real ground war, another war in the war on terrorism. Let me be very clear when I say this. I don't know that America will survive this.
All of the same people. Oh my God, the sky is falling. What are we going to do? Oh my God.
We went into the terror wars in a much stronger place than we're going into this one. And this
everybody's a genius. And even when they get it wrong, their followers don't even call them on it.
This is a much tougher opponent than Saddam Hussein or
this is tougher than Saddam Hussein? I can't tell. We didn't get the airspace that fast, did we? Over there? I don't remember.
Muammar Gaddafi. We didn't go into the...
Y'all kind of assassinated Gaddafi. That was a cheap shot. Gaddafi was. Gaddafi wasn't even bothering nobody, to be honest with you. And even though Hillary and all of them bragged about taking Gaddafi out for no reason, I think they took him out because he wanted to get away from the dollar or something. It was some other motive behind that. They were selling arms or something. But I don't remember these same people calling Barack Obama Satan and all that then.
Terror wars, $37 trillion in debt. We didn't go into the terror wars with the cultural and political and racial...
Who's going to be further weakened by this? I think we're going to see the end of American empire. Obviously,
we're going to see the end of the world, America's empire. It's almost like they're rooting for us to lose. That's what it kind of sounds like, because they want to be right so bad. They would rather us be destroyed than them be wrong. Because then they got egg on their face, but you don't have to worry, because even if you got egg on your face, y'all followers won't even leave. It used to be something over here all the time. They used to be bragging that these people got everything right. And then you point out the obvious to them. And then they don't have anything to say. I just don't know why somebody investigate more of Candace Owens marrying her husband, like, was it 15 or 20 days? I can't remember. And when you talk to both of them, they say it was no kind of attraction really from a sexual standpoint. Now, I'm not saying it's all about sex, because it shouldn't be all about sex, especially in a marriage. But Do you not think you ought to be sexually attracted to your husband or your wife? The only way you wouldn't is if you're gay. Because I think Candace Owens' husband may be a switch hitter. We played the British writer who used to write for Breitbart said that Candace Owens tried to grope him, tried to grab his private or something like that. He was I think it was the chief reporter for Breitbart in the UK. He said that Candace Owens' husband was a fudge packer, a switch hitter. That's what he said. I'm just reporting the news, what he said. I wasn't there, but he swears up and down. He ain't the first one that said it. He says he was trying to hit on him. And he says Candace was a lesbian. Now, I don't have any proof. I'm just saying what they said.
Other nations would like to see that, and this is a perfect way to scuttle the USS America on the shoals of Iran.
These are the people who kept telling you it was going to be World War III. And there are lots of them. Lots and lots of people.
Yeah, he's right about it. And I'm not even a Ben Shapiro fan either. But he's right about this. They said it was going to be World War III. But it wasn't World War III. Now, if you said it was going to be World War III and it doesn't end in World War III and everything pans out just fine, are any of these people going to come on and apologize and says, we lied to you. We were sensationalizing because we was getting a bunch of clicks because there's some people who hate Donald Trump. Donald Trump has made comedians who used to be kind of funny not be funny anymore. Donald Trump has made it where people who used to be kind of nice, like Tom Hanks, everybody used to consider Tom Hanks a nice guy, even though I think he's a jackass. Now he's become like hostile and bitter. David Letterman is retired, but he always was a little bitter. But even in retirement, Donald Trump drove this man crazy. George Stephanopoulos lost all credibility. They have destroyed themselves trying to destroy him. It doesn't make any sense. But they have an agenda. But I got a woman. I want to bring up something that has nothing to do with what we've been talking about. But there's a woman, I think she's the head of Chicago school system down there. And she said something very interesting. I think the clip was about a minute and something. I'm going to let the whole clip play. But I want you to specifically pay attention to what she says right at the end.
Not a political organization. Now, granted, they're conservative groups that have put this out, but I mean, there was one study that showed 80% of your spending is on political activity. You're a political party.
Our activity in this union is to secure contracts that provide smaller classes all across the city with limits for the first time ever. Our political activity is to ensure that black students have a success plan in order to undo the harm of years of marginal educational opportunities. Our political activity is to make sure that our lowest wage workers, black women who live on the south and west sides of Chicago, have a wage in which they can pay their rent, they can go to the grocery store, and that they can maintain a standard of living. Our political work is to ensure that women have the ability to sustain life without a husband.
Did you get that last part? Their sole goal is to make sure that these women can make a living and they don't need a husband. Does that sound like what the government did to the black families back then? This fella even calls out, he says, 80% of your funding, and you over the school board or something, 80% of your spending is on political ads, and you say you're not political. Of course you're political. That's why the damn kids ain't learning nothing. But she said her main purpose is to make sure that the women don't need a man or a husband. This is supposed to be teaching the kids something. I want to replay that again. I'm going to replay it. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. Pay attention to what she's saying. Because this is what messed up about the school. This is why they don't want you to take the kids out of school. They want to be able to indoctrinate your damn kids.
Conservative groups that have put this out, but I mean, there was one study that showed 80% of your spending is on political activity. You're a political party.
Our activity in this union is to secure contracts that provide smaller classes all across the city with limits for the first time ever. Our political activity is to ensure that Black students have a success plan in order to undo the harm of years of marginal educational opportunities. Our political activity is to make sure that our lowest wage workers, Black women who live on the south and west sides of Chicago, have a wage in which they can pay their rent, they can go to the grocery store, and that they can maintain a standard of living. Our political work is to ensure that women have the ability to sustain life without a husband.
I mean, you can't say it no plainer than that. She wants these women to be working in the school. She want to make sure they pay them a little bit more, not because they can take care of their family or they got a husband. She really want them without a husband. And she says that the things that's happening in these communities, you just kill the main thing. The main thing that's destroying these communities is the lack of male leadership, positive male role models. If you know why the minority kids did better back when we grew up, is because the fathers was around. Once you keep taking the fathers out the homes, a society, a family, a city, a state, a country does worse when you take fathers out the home. She is over the school board, I believe, and she's saying one of her main objectives is to make sure you get the damn father out the damn way. I think she's the one of the Chicago Teachers Union president, if I'm not mistaken. She wants Black women that can maintain a standard of living and have the ability to sustain life without a husband. That's her statement, not mine. That's what she said. So it ain't about the kids, because if it's about the kids, trying to take the father away from the kids is not a smart thing. Now, I'm going to say this again because I've said it many times. Yes, liberals have messed up things. Yes, liberal women have messed up things. Yes, the feminist movement have messed up things. But the main people who are responsible for this country being destroyed is males. I don't care how you look at it. I'm going to repeat it what I said the other day. When back in the Garden of Eden, when God showed up and Adam and Eve both had ate of the forbidden fruit, he didn't say, Eve, where are you? He said, Adam, didn't I leave you in charge, Adam? And Adam, what I want to know, Adam, is that did you eat what I told you not to eat? Adam immediately starts doing what many people do, blaming somebody. It was Eve. It's that woman you gave to me, God. If you hadn't gave me Eve, I would be doing just fine. He blamed God. And then Eve blamed the serpent. But when a society is being destroyed, it's because of the men. That's not a feminist or a left-leaning viewpoint. It is a fact. It's a biblical fact, as a matter of fact. Y'all can try to blame the women all you want to, but y'all the ones who was in charge. Y'all the ones that allowed the gay agenda, the woke trial, the DEA programs, all this spending and going in debt. That was most of them. Oh, you got some women. I'm not saying women had nothing to do with it, but I'm saying you guys have allowed all this passivity going on, trying to be politically correct. I refuse to be friends with any man who's politically correct. I don't even talk to him no more. Too weak for me. I don't like weak men who can't now make their damn mind up. Take a crap and get off the toilet. You can't make your mind. I don't want to be offensive. I mean, I don't want to say that trans right doesn't matter. It's no such thing, fool. I knew a man who was a business owner, and I probably told this story before because I'm getting old. I repeat some of the same stories. But this particular man who was a business owner, his granddaddy had left the business to his father because I knew him. The granddaddy had left the business to his father, and the father had left the business to him. So it's a nice business, made good money too. They dealt with lumbers and all that kind of stuff. The whole 9 yards, they did all that, go out cutting down the trees, bringing them back. We used to call it puckwood because I had a couple of uncles who was off in the puckwood, they would call it. But he says that he said he was a conservative, but he's really a liberal. He's really a conservative Democrat compared to the Democrats, but he's not a conservative. He says that his sister is married to a liberal man. This is his words, not mine. I would be embarrassed to tell somebody this. He says when his sister and her husband comes over to their house, even when, and this was the first term of Donald Trump. He said when they would come over to his house, even though his sister's husband, which is his brother-in-law, was trashing Trump, he didn't want to talk bad about Obama because he just wanted to get along. I said, are you telling me that you allow another man to come in your house and speak his mind, and you can't speak your mind in your house because you may offend your sister's husband? I wouldn't give a damn if it was my sister's husband. If my mama had got remarried and got another husband, I don't care if it was somebody's brothers, their sister, their greasy granny. If you come in my bleepity bleep house, I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to say. And if you don't like it, you get the hell out of my house. Now, when it's your house and you don't want me talking about, I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna be arguing with a man in his own house. I'm not doing it. But I'd be damned if I let some freaking liberal piece of trash come to my house because they may be blood related and they're gonna speak that liberal trash up in my face. That doesn't work with me. I'm not hearing none of that. You're gonna get the hell out of my house. Or you're gonna take an ass whooping. One of the two. You can have it, because I don't take ass whoopings in my own house. You're gonna be some pistol played in. Because I'm not taking an ass whooping in my own house. That's one place I will not get my ass whooped, in my own freaking house. But he said to me that he was afraid to say something because he didn't want to offend his sister or his brother-in-law. I wouldn't give a damn about offending my sister, my brother. You know how I am. Like all my people know how I am. We don't have to talk about politics. But if you pitch the tent, we're going to have that circus. I don't care who it is. And I'm on the air saying it right now. You can ask any relatives who know me. You can ask any people who grew up with me. I ain't going to bring up politics. But once you bring it up, don't think I'm finna bite my tongue for no damn body. I ain't biting my tongue for nobody. Just don't bring it up. Because I'm around people who don't talk about politics. Because I know that they don't know what the hell they talk about most of the time. and I don't have to get you all hot up under the collar when you find out you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because if you support the Democratic Party, I know you don't know what you're talking about. So your best bet is to stay in that zone right there. Just stay over here. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about fishing or hunting, or let's talk about bull riding or horseback riding or something else. But I'll be damned if you're going to bring up politics and then you're going to tell us we don't want to talk about it. Don't bring it up then. Because they say you're not supposed to bring up religion and politics. But if you don't want to talk about it, don't bring it up. I remember when I was living in a certain place, I won't say what it was, Jehovah's Witnesses used to come by and knock on our door. Jehovah's Witnesses, you know how Jehovah's Witnesses is. And I'm going to tell y'all a trick for Jehovah's Witnesses too. Because this is a trick, you can get them to leave you alone. But anyway, I used to like to engage with them because I got a copy of their Bible so I can look at all the part they took out the Bible. And so they would come by and I would let my kids come to the door and see me talking to the Jehovah's Witness. I said, come on, let me show you. You don't have to run from a Jehovah's Witness because they're afraid of the truth anyway. So I would have fun with them. And then it was his husband and wife. So can we come back next week? We like to come by and we want to discuss the Bible, which I say, you sure can. When y'all going to come by? Next Saturday. I said, come on by. I invited them in my house. And so we in there and we having a conversation. And so when I start dissecting what they had misinterpreted in the Bible, the wife got belligerent in my house. And I looked at the man, I said, you better calm your damn wife down. What? I thought y'all supposed to be peaceful and calm. Y'all walk around, as soon as somebody disagrees, then all of a sudden you and your wife, you better calm your wife down. You're in my house right now. They be hauling you and your wife out here on a stretcher somewhere. She all upset and so you better calm that heifer down somewhere. Give a damn with your wife. She may do that with you. She don't play that. Homie don't play that. Now, if you want to make a Jehovah's Witness not give you anything, because you know they're always trying to hand out those little pamphlets. All you have to do, it don't matter what the paper is, just get you any piece of paper. It could be like any piece of paper. And just try to give it to them. Like they try to give you a pamphlet, but said, before I take your pamphlet, I got some paperwork I want to give you. It don't matter what it is because they're not going to take it. They're caught following tells them not to take anything from you because they know they can't really defend that trash they're talking about. Yes, I said it. Jehovah's Witnesses is so fake it's not even funny. And rewrote the whole Bible. It's ridiculous. And when you bring it up to the point, like you can bring up someone you're talking to Jehovah's Witness, they'll say something like, well, we don't believe Jesus rose from the dead bodily. We believe he was only a spirit. Well, I said right here, they say he was eating fish. Does spirit eat fish? He's eating fish right here. He told Doubting Thomas to come stick his hand in his side because he had been, what you make of that? Well, we don't want to talk. We want to change the subject. No, don't change the subject. You said you believe that he didn't raise bodily. It says it right there. I said, but I know you tried to take it out. I said, well, we believe something. We believe that he was another God. I said, well, they don't have vowels in the Hebrew language. So I don't know how you can get another because it's not even in there. I don't know what you're talking about. And I know how y'all rewrote the book of Hebrews, first chapter. God the Father calls God the Son God. How can you misinterpret that? That's an Old Testament quote. Y'all forgot to take it out of your Bible in the Old Testament. You can go over and find that. And then they would get mad because they couldn't defend their point, and they don't get. Then they stop. I would see them passing by. They stopped coming to my house. They would just bypass my house, and I would look out the door. Y'all not coming by? Thought y'all was coming over to have another discussion or something. I'll run you off. Freaking Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on my door on Saturday, disturbing me. I got them where I ain't never have to get disturbed on a Saturday morning no more. Come on in. Knock, knock. Come over here with all that foolishness. But anyway, what gets me though is that you can't be one who you won't get so sold out for something and you get mad, even though you know what you're saying is not true. Now, we all can make a mistake and nobody's perfect. Well, Jesus, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Donald Trump's not perfect. Barack Obama's not perfect. Candace Owens not perfect. Erica Kirk is not perfect. Tucker Carlson's not perfect. Megyn Kelly's not perfect. None of these people are perfect. So here's my point, though. When you tell me something that I know that you know that I know that you know you're lying, but then you stick with it and says that somebody's selling out for Israel, somebody's selling out for Donald Trump, you haven't proved your point, moron. How's that a sellout? You was for the war. You said you've been saying for at least 3 years we should go to war and take them out. And now all of a sudden they got taken out. Oh, we should have never did that. World War III. That's not what you said though. For many, many years, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Alex Jones all said we should take them out. What happened? I'm just saying, what happened? You have to explain to me why you changed your mind on something that you was adamant about. You was adamant about this. And here's the thing. Just in 2025, Megyn Kelly was adamant about I played it on the video for y'all earlier. You can go watch that video. Here's Megyn Kelly contradicting herself 1 year later. And she never addresses how she contradicted herself 1 year later. And when is somebody going, if anybody ever get a chance to interview Tucker or Candace or Megyn Kelly or Alex Jones. Now, what I'd like you to ask Candace Owens is that, was you tricked by Dennis Prager, Ben Shapiro, because you should have knew the Jews was bad, you so smart, why'd you take the money? And ask her, do you really expect us to believe that the Lord sent you to go get some queer acting man from the UK to be your husband, and y'all didn't have a physical attraction? You want me to believe that? No, I don't believe that. No, I don't. And you need to ask Alex Jones, are you saying Sandy Hook, you still saying it's fake, or you saying it's not fake? Because under oath, you would not say what you're saying on the internet. So make your mind up. Which one is it? Then I'd like you to ask Megyn Kelly, were you tricked in believing that a little boy can actually become a little girl? When did you get the epiphany and the light came on and said, you know what? I've come to the light. Little boys cannot become little girls. Because she was a lawyer already when she was doing the show for CBS. How was she tricked into thinking little boys can become little girls and little girls can become little boys? She was promoting it. And then the main question I want you to ask Tucker Carlson, I got a lot of questions I want you to ask Tucker Carlson. But the main one I want you to ask Tucker Carlson is that little tweet that he was tweeting after Donald Trump got the election, stole from him in 2020. Tucker Carlson says he hated Donald Trump with a passion. And as soon as Donald Trump got ready to run in 2023, leading up to 2024, Tucker Carlson went to Mar-a-Lago, was kissing up to Donald Trump, laughing with him. Then he gets fired off Fox News, and guess what Tucker did again? All of a sudden, Tucker started saying that, oh my God, he's doing the wrong thing. All of a sudden, Tucker, he think all the people in Qatar are wonderful. He think all Muslims are wonderful. He think Muslims want to come over here and just assimilate to us. You can't have it both ways, Tucker. I'm just asking questions because he always say you have a right to ask questions. Candace said you got a right to ask questions. They all say you have a right to ask questions. Well, I got questions, damn it. I got a lot of questions. Why don't they answer the damn questions then? Since they're so interested in answering questions, answer those freaking questions because I got many. Those ain't the only questions I got for these people because they're always asking questions, acting like they're curious, but they don't really want the facts. Because when you give them the fact, they'll bring somebody on that they know damn well they're lying. Anybody can make a mistake, but when you put something on, when you know damn well you don't really believe what you're saying, it says something about your integrity. It really does say something about their integrity. Would Candace Owens even be famous if she had went with the whole Brexit and rode Donald Trump's coattails? Did anybody hear about Candace Owens before Donald Trump came along? No, they didn't, because she wasn't a conservative. She was back there trying to dox little kids on her website. Now she's brilliant. Even though she told you she was brilliant in high school. She said she had a dream about Charlie Kirk. They all had all these dreams. They all so spiritual now when it's convenient. Real convenient, spiritual. And I'm not talking about just generally quoting the Bible. If you love it so much, you should talk about it sometime if you love it so much. But Candace already said she don't read the Bible. When she want to know something about the Bible, she'll ask her priest. Even though she really don't attend no Catholic mass, she's not really a Catholic, but she's saying she's a Catholic. And she says that Charlie Kirk was going to convert over to being a Catholic. I'm just sorry. Some of the stuff is just so outrageous. I be laughing at it, but then some people come on here and they'll get mad at me. They'll start telling me, I think like it was some lesbian woman was on there was going to tell me that I was upset with Tucker Carlson and he's smarter than me and stuff. I didn't delete her comment. I just started laughing. You can ask Clever. I was laughing. I said, look at that idiot right there, baby. Look at that idiot right there. They think they hurt my feelings by saying that. You not hurt my feelings. Online talk does not hurt my feelings at all. See, these people get emotional about somebody saying something online. I don't care nothing about nobody talking online. That's online talk. It don't faze me. Well, I'm from the real world. I don't care about you talking online. You can talk about my mama. You can talk about my kid. I don't really care. It's online. Operative word here is online. See, everybody can be a badass online. You can say whatever you want to online. And then they get all worked up and stuff. You can't get me worked up on that. I don't get worked up on all that stuff. These people get so emotional and they're so sold out to some kind of influence because here's why I look at it. It's almost like these people they didn't have really any real friends or something. It's almost like the guy who goes to the strip club all the time because he has to pay for attention. He can't get a woman's attention unless he pay for it. So he's acting like big ball and they're going there, I'm making it rain. No, you're tricking. And the only way you can get the women to give you attention is you got to pay them to give you attention. But then he's acting like a big shot. He's over there at the bar, sit back, and they just fawning all over him because you're paying them, clown. It's ridiculous, man. But these people will bring these people on their shows, and they'll all come on their shows, and they'll say whatever they want them to say because they got to agree with them. And then they develop this little friendship with each other, like online. And then they'll have a falling out, like a breakup, like little girls. Like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens was good friends. Then they broke up. Like they're like, I don't play with Ben no more. I don't play with Candace no more. And then it was Ben Shapiro and Meg Kelly was good friends. Then they had a breaking up. Like, I'm not playing with Ben anymore. I'm not playing with Megyn anymore. Tucker, same way. This is why I don't play that friendship stuff with the online friendship stuff. Because y'all had like a bunch of little seventh grade girls, the mean girls, the bad girls. We're popular, and then they get they only have make believe friends. They don't have reality because that's only make believe world. Get in the real world. It's like you make up stuff, and then most of what gets me though is a lot of these people like whenever they go somewhere, they need like either bodyguards or they have to sneak and go somewhere, or they'll do. You guys are not Michael Jackson or Denzel Washington. I mean, to me, it's like every time they move, you can be cautious. I'm not telling you to be cautious. Some people may need a bodyguard, but I'm sorry. Some of the stuff some of them, they do so much ridiculous stuff, and nobody should try to hurt somebody because they'd be ridiculous online. Because to me, you got no life. If you want to kill either Candace or Turk or anybody because they said something, you don't have a life either. Because I think that's ridiculous. You let something they said online get you so upset that I'm gonna go kill them. You're a loser. Because nobody can get me upset saying something online. I want to go kill them. That don't even make any sense. That just means you're not stable your damn self. But what I don't like is that these people, like it's almost like some of these. I met one time I met Denzel Washington, and the time I met him, I don't tell the details, is that he didn't have any bodyguards with him, and he didn't have like the big entourage with him. Now, I don't disagree with everything. I don't agree with everything Denzel Washington because I said something about some. But what I did notice that when you meet certain people, it was a shaking of the hand. How you doing? And now some people was acting like they was going. I don't go crazy over movie stars anyway because they're just humans anyway. But I noticed that he didn't have a big entourage with him. Some of these people be having an entourage with him, and I know damn well you're not more famous than Denzel Washington. You're just not. But they be everywhere they go got an entourage. I'm suspicious of any guy who needs an entourage every time he goes somewhere. Big entourage with him. Because he's really, really important. Hey, you that important for? Damn. Maybe you're too loud. That's why you need an entourage. Like, to me, something that irritates me is like some of the stuff that Kanye West has said, and Candace Owens or Meg Kelly or Tucker Carlson, none of them will criticize Kanye West. I don't have any person who's a public figure that I won't criticize. Not one. Not including Donald Trump. I criticize anybody. When you tell me somebody was saying the ridiculous stuff that Kanye West is saying, and you saying you can't criticize them, you got to be slapped out your damn mind. It could be somebody I knew for 50 years. You start being famous and you start saying ridiculous stuff, I'm calling my friend out like that. What did you just say? That's the stupidest thing I've ever said. Fool, what are you talking about? But they'll say, this is how they use their cover. They'll go criticize everybody else. And then Candace or Tucker or the rest of them says, well, that's my friend. I can't criticize him. Well, you're asking those people to criticize their friends. If you can't criticize your friend, don't get mad when they don't criticize their damn friends. Don't make no damn sense to me. But hey, this is the wacky world we live in now. That everybody has made social media. That's almost like the women who use a filter for everything they do on social media. What do they call it? Catfishing. The person is catfishing. So why does that thing just log me out? I call it catfish. You ever seen those people when they catfish people? They pretend to be somebody and then they meet them as a completely different person. They call it catfishing. Well, it seems like some of these people pretending like they're one way, but when they're online and then if you talk to them in person, they're a completely different person. So they're actually catfishing somebody or something. But I don't know, but I just think everybody can criticize anybody. Candace Owens can criticize Erica Kirk. Tucker can criticize Donald Trump. Alex Jones can criticize whoever he wants to criticize. But if you're going to do this kind of criticism, don't let nobody go pull up something you said a couple of months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and it completely annihilates what you're now saying. So if you're saying this now, it's got to be a reason you're saying something that you vehemently disagree with a couple of months ago or a year ago. Makes no sense. I don't mean, I mean, maybe we should follow the money or something. It may have something to do with the money. I don't know. But I would like to see Donald Trump put somebody in charge of the DOJ that'll get somebody prosecuted. That's my main problem I have with the Trump administration. Ain't no damn body being prosecuted yet. And some of these people need to go to jail. Now, I know some people are going to get mad because every time I do a show like this and I call out one of their favorite podcasts, I remember somebody who came on here and they said that, no, I ain't going to say it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But I got to get out of here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Don't get too mad at me. I didn't mean any harm. I come in peace. I come in peace.